Good morning, everybody. Let's pay attention to the charts coming on a little bit later because my system failed on me right before launch. But I wanted to take it slow anyways. We're going to be looking carefully at these moves. I see a very ugly rejection wick on NVIDIA. And we'll take a quick peek at a few other stocks. Michael, what are you watching today?
AMD right now and SPY.
You got any trades that look like they could be working?
AMD, I like AMD to the upside here, and I like SPY to the upside. Breaking pre-market.
I do like we're getting some breakout, but there's quite a bit of selling on that breakout.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I warned on Monday that the markets, were in an indecision zone, and we actually had a nice little follow through on Tuesday, but we are still in that zone of question, especially with the government shutdown, and I would say there's a fair amount of risk to the downside. So, some people get lost. If I say the market's uncertain and it goes red or goes green, they think that means it was certain. I'm just going to restate my position. We're in an uncertain market right now. So this is a week that it would be wise for you to be very careful with position size, because you might not get it right if you go long, and you might not get it right if you go heavy short. I'm going to throw your chart up, Michael.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and share your chart if you don't mind. Oh, you did? Good job. Let me see here. All right, I'm going to get a few things ready with mine.
Yep. So AMD over 162.30. That is the previous day high. If that wants to continue over that level, right now the SPY is going to back test pre-market right here at 663.95 and see if we can continue. So far, AMD up here in the top right corner wants it, and I would be choosing the 162.50 calls if you took that. 162.30. I'm not need a little more continuation though, especially on the SPY.
So are you in a trade on this?
Yep, I'm in the SPY over pre-market here. Amazon is also breaking out, Josh.
Yeah, I liked Amazon. I liked SPY for a move higher this morning. Guys, just please be patient with me. I'm having to restart all my charts and system here.
I like Amazon. AMD's cooling off right there.
Finally, I'm getting my charts to show what they're supposed to.
So far, the SPY is holding pre-market high. Anything under pre-market high, I would not want to keep it. I still like the SPY here. Seeing if we can get some continuation on this candle. AMD completely gave that move back at previous day high, so that was no go. 162.30 never got crossed. There we go, SPY.
Yep,
Come on.
I'm liking
There we
SPY
go.
too. Yep, I'm liking it. I'm in SPY. We're above our 664.50,
Yep.
and we're pumping.
Let's go.
Now, this is the first 5-minute candle of the day. We're looking pretty good, but if you didn't get a good entry, or you're like, oh, I didn't get any entry, Josh, it's not at all unusual for the second 5-minute candle to come back and hit this breakout zone. So,
Yep.
plus we saw quite a bit of rejection on NVIDIA, even though it's still slowly building. It is not looking too strong. So just keep that in mind. NVIDIA alone can pull the SPY down. So don't be panicking like, oh, I got to buy right here. If we close this candle above 664, we might still come back and tap 664. Our goal would be to get up here to 662. So don't panic buy, but it's looking fine at the moment. I'm expecting a little bit of fluctuation.
Boom, baby.
Yeah, nice. I'm waiting for my 30%. Maybe you have 30%. I got 20%. You got 30 on it? I had a late entry.
I just tapped it, brother.
Okay. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
had 20%, which I'm taking some of my position off there.
Yeah, I am too. I'm cutting some.
And I'll take the rest if I fall below 10%. I'm just not gonna play around today.
Yep.
But it looks pretty good. So
Sitting around 24% right now on my runners. So
we're a nice little pump going here.
I don't know what's pumping SPY, honestly. Do you? Is Tesla moving?
Actually, I'm still trying to get set up here for the morning. Let me throw it back on your screen, and I'm gonna do a little setup here.
I took my remainder runner, one left right there on the SPY. So hopefully some people got a piece of that.
Yeah, Tesla popped. I was very interested in trading Tesla this morning. Can't make it all happen. Yeah, that would have really done well. Would have been a violent. Would have been a pretty. This wick here would have panicked us all. Right here.
That second candle on Tesla was wicked.
This first candle really would have probably freaked us out, but I think SPY. I'm at 32%. Boom, baby.
Boom.
I caught up with you. Let's see. So let's talk about the candles and the volume, right?
Yep.
And VWAP. This is an expansion candle through resistance. So that's a pretty good candle. Now, I'm watching this right now. I don't want to lose any ground. If this stays a small compression candle, then oftentimes it's followed up by, if it's going to be a morning star pattern, it's followed up by some red candles that ultimately, if they break the bottom of this wick, you take the top to the bottom, you put that on the bottom of your green candle, and look at that. Look at how things line up. They line perfectly up with my bottom support and pre-market. So we got to be on high alert that if this candle remains a compressed candle, which means it's simply small, and the next candle starts to flush, this is where we're heading. So we'll want to be in puts to go down there. And I mean, guys, it's take your profits at 30. I mean, I don't mind you holding a couple runners, or you could do what you want, but I've got still 20% of my position, and I'm only going to let it go if we drop below 10. If I drop below a 10% profit, so I'm kind of sitting this. There's no reason to panic sell just yet. Not that there's ever a reason to panic sell, but we've got expansion here at resistance, and so going to give this a few minutes, see what it wants to do. We're making our third candle from our 15-minute opening range. We have this is actually very beautiful. This candle closed above my 664. This one made a new high. So all of this is actually setting up pretty good. Little pullback. We could pull back to 664, but we can't close back beneath it. If we pull back to 664 and we get some more buying volume, then we know we're headed to 666, the unlucky number of 666.
I put
So
a 666.20 on my target, Josh, when I put my levels on this morning.
me too. Yeah, me too. Me too. You see, I've got 66620. So we got to sit here and babysit some candles.
Josh, Palantir's trying to push through pre-market high.
All right. So real quick, guys, the remainder of my position was just cut because I had a stop loss in at 10% here, and so that completes that trade for me. So now I'm going to be looking for re-entry or puts. If we close back beneath 664, I will take puts for the move down to 660. So just be mindful. If you want to I'll throw your chart up, sir. If you want to direct us in Palantir, I'm happy to.
We've got a minute left on this candle. It's trying to break pre-market high. We did get rejected almost at previous day high a few minutes ago. I would almost just rather wait on 182.75 to be broke, but this would be early entry on Palantir. It's in the middle here, in the bottom. And my main thing is watching this RSI to see if we push through 60. So this would be early entry on a Palantir call. Confirmation over 182.77 up here. If you take this as a starter position, it'd be a very low starter position. AMD's trying also.
So Spy's still doing its thing. I'm okay with my decision. I want to see that third 10-minute candle because of the way it's setting up with expansion and compression. I want to see that third 10-minute candle pump above 665.43, and I'll jump right back into calls. So if we can get a push right above 665.50, then I'll just jump right back into calls. But until then, I'm kind of just we got a nice little 30%er right out of the bat. Yep. I got a very slow entry. If you had held as long as I had, Michael, you probably would have had 40%.
You're right, brother.
So everybody should have made money. And if you didn't, don't beat yourself up. I never told you guys trading was easy.
No, these are facts. There we go.
I'm gonna look for some puts. You in any puts? Yeah, I always got to watch Michael. Michael, what you doing? He's over here on some puts already.
I'm in Palantir here.
Oh, okay, okay. What do we got going on Palantir?
We did break pre-market high. We're pushing back to opening range high right now. So we got to get across. We got to get across 182.75. Are you thinking about puts on the SPY, Josh?
Well, I think I need. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't even dare take them unless it broke beneath 664.50.
Okay.
Even that would be a bit early, but I'm just watching it. Probably could have took them there a moment ago, and I'd be up a little bit, but we're still in a bull zone, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just watching.
Okay.
I'm looking for a back test and a bounce of this.
Boom, baby.
Nice one.
There you go. Take you guys some profit. That should be around 10% for you. It's a nice little pop. 182.77, 12, 13, 14%. I'm going to shave half right here. We are not confirmed. Took half at previous day high, 182.77. That would be confirmation getting over that. Until then, this is shaky ground. So take you some profit on a quick one there.
Take direction, guys. Yes, Banu, there is a government shutdown. It happened at midnight, I believe. Charles got in late, still got 21%, almost at daily goal, holding one runner.
Nice.
Let that runner go. Let that runner go, Charles.
Let that runner run.
So we're watching this for a potential bounce. Let me go look at the RSI. So is that trade done, Michael?
I'm holding runners, 14%.
Okay, so how much?
14% right now on my runners. 12, 11. This is make or break time on Palantir, y'all. Boom, baby. Let's go. 16, 17, 18. Give me 20. Give me 20, 19. Take you some profits, y'all. 18% vacillating right there. We need to close over 182.75. Would be nice. Take you some profits if you're in this, guys. It's going to wick down fast right here at this level. I'll take my remainder at about 8 or 9% if it pulls back on me at a stop loss. Still looks healthy to me.
Yeah, we got a nice little flush on the SPY too.
All right, y'all. I'm cutting my last one. That's it. I'm out on that one. We almost got 20%. It was 19%.
Nice one, man. Nice one.
Yeah. That is a rejection at yesterday's high. That is a hard reject at yesterday's high. That's why we take profits, y'all. Ain't fooling around with it today. It got me yesterday. It owed me.
Man, we're getting that flush that I was talking about.
Ooh, dang, gone on the SPY, huh?
Yeah, kind of wish I got those puts, but it's all
Yeah,
right. Hesitated, but it
I
is
get it.
looking like it's coming down to 660. I'm gonna be watching this kind of carefully. We're going to be
Bet
on
it
this.
bounces right there.
Yeah, I want to. We got that's right. That's morning market right there.
That's morning market low right there, Josh.
Yeah. If it wants to go through that, then it's definitely going south, and I'm going to jump on some puts. But I'll let you guys know the minute I hit either buy on calls or buy on puts. I'm watching it carefully right now.
Just so you know, that is my chart still, Josh. I don't know if you want yours up or not.
All right.
I've got it all pulled up, but just in case. Palantir, no continuation there yet, yeah.
Looks like we got some pretty significant chop going. Those two candles back to back are just pretty shows a lot of uncertainty. So we're definitely going to watch this shelf right here. If we lose this shelf, I want to be in puts back to 660.95. I could have entered them here. I just delayed. Just delayed. So we pretty much have a pretty well-defined opening range at this point. We almost have 30 minutes in, and we're looking for the beginning of the morning trend, which is either it's going to be decided in the next 5 minutes. And at the moment, this doesn't look too good, but we're not going to try to front run it. We can break two areas. We can break the yellow line or the white line and take our next trade. But I'm going to be right on it, so be mindful that if we do break that white line on the bottom, I'm going to take puts. I'm going to take them on the cross, so be mindful of that. So in particular, when I'm looking at the 10-minute candles, I like to look at the halfway point. I want to see where it's at the 5-minute mark. I want to make sure that it's showing weakness right there. You're looking at a 10-minute candle. I'm always believing that the candle's lying to you for the first 5 minutes. If you're looking at a 5-minute candle, it's lying to you for the first 2.5 minutes. Okay, well, we're easing off. We're defining a range or staying range bound at the moment. We got to see what happens. We're getting ready to get to the 5-minute mark on this 10-minute candle. It's, in my mind, it's bearish at the moment. It has to, in the next 34 seconds, reclaim VWAP, and then it will just be neutral. What's the RSI look like, Michael?
On the 10-minute, it's at 53. Pointing up. AMD is attempting to try to break out here.
Well, don't hesitate. You know, we don't got to trade SPY. I'm watching for a trade. So if you like AMD, then we can jump on it.
I don't mind it over 162.30 right here.
I got your chart up.
Yeah, that's a 10-minute. It is trying to break opening range right now. Got to get over 162.50 on AMD for me to get interested. Come on, baby, pump. It's fading off, Josh. I don't think it's going to go. I could be wrong, but it's got to close over 162.55. I got a starter.
Well, SPY is recovering. We're back above VWAP.
Yeah.
So what that tells me is that this is a pretty choppy day. So the first 10-minute candle broke through VWAP to the upside. Second 10-minute candle broke through VWAP to the downside. Third 10-minute candle broke through VWAP to the upside. That is not a trend, my friends.
Nope, it's not.
So non-trending days, I mean, I'm not saying we couldn't trend here at some point, but non-trending days are not your big profit days. You know, if you're in a trending day, we might get back above. Let me just pop my chart up. I mean, early calls would be to go back, you know, take a position above 664, even though I like them less because we have a new range defined here of 665.41. So yeah, don't love this. Nvidia really breaking down. That was looking terribly weak this morning. Never even hit the 186.21, and it's already below 184.58. And this does have a nice little rollover look going to it right now. We'll get that trend in a minute. We got 2 minutes before we get into morning trend. We'll have the full 30-minute opening range defined. At the moment, that's our opening range candle, and that is not a bullish candle at the moment. I really kind of want to get another nice profitable trade this morning. Just one more.
Me too.
Everyone's like, yeah, we all do, Josh. Let's do it. No, I stayed away from it, Charles. It didn't confirm. I was quietly watching it very carefully, but so just keep it very clear. We have an opening range that's typically established through liquidity balances, and we want to get above it or beneath it to get a trend going. Typically will last until 11:30. From 10 to 11:30, the market will make up its mind and it'll start pushing one direction or the other. This does look pretty ugly. I mean, you look at the 30-minute candle, ugly. You look at this 10-minute candle, pretty ugly. So I'm going to pop some puts, guys. I just popped some puts there, and we'll get more confirmation as we go. It looks like we'll have to. So these are not working. So just be careful with your position size. I'm going to be patient with them for a few minutes because I do see some weakness here. Michael, how's that RSI looking?
5-minute RSI is at 52, pointing up. 10-minute 54, pointing up and climbing. I hope y'all took a AMD for a scalp, maybe.
So I've been responding to this by decreasing my position size. I didn't cut it entirely. I will have to make a decision whether I cut it entirely. It sort of bounced the minute I entered right here. But I will scale if we begin to drop again. Just sort of managing my decision.
Yes, sir.
That was Michael's way of saying, I hope you guys took AMD instead of SPY.
That's about 10, 12% there if y'all took that from a few minutes ago. Let's go. Let's go. Boom. 15% if any of y'all took that. 16. I'm selling into strength as it goes, guys, if anybody's in that. Down to a few runners here. Man, I so want Amazon to start popping. There goes Palantir again, too.
Yeah, these puts, I'm going to declare them dead here in a minute. Got caught in this chop. Yep, these are dead. I got caught in the chop, guys. Sorry about that.
I got caught in it all day yesterday, brother. I lived in it yesterday.
Well, quickly just tell you guys what I did wrong. I made a decision to only get in above that or beneath this chop, and I decided to jump in early right here, and it just reversed right there. So I needed to have stuck to my original plan, which was to only take the break of this total section. Just got in early, looking for a good entry, and that got me trapped. In general, the other thing is that this is not really respecting VWAP, which means that it is a choppy market. So, choppy market, I should go slower, not get early entries. So a little bit of journaling in my own mind there. Michael, what we got going on with your trade?
That
AMD ripping.
Yep, it just ripped. I am holding about 16-17% on my last runner here. Everybody should be up. I know I see a lot of people in the chat took it. Amazon is trying to break out here, Josh. It's at morning market high right now, opening range high, starting to climb over it.
Wow, Eli Lilly's up $30 since open. That's incredible.
Go.
Eli Lilly can move, man.
Yes, it can. Guys, it should be pretty well out of AMD if you took that. That could just be a quick pullback. I'm watching RSI to test 60 now. It is over previous day high and over opening range, over pre-market. That was like 3 levels getting broke at one time. Somebody asked me about Target just now. I just posted on Target. If it breaks, yesterday was a rip day. If you took any profits, you could have. If it breaks under $87, I am out. It has to hold previous lows, which is $87.25. So I'll give it a few cents. Other than that, they were up 15 and 20% on the little skips I had going on. So had a chance to take profits if you wanted them yesterday. I sold a small portion of mine and held a portion. I think that I got news or something, Josh, about maybe an acquisition
On
Target.
which company?
On Target. Did you read anything?
No, I didn't. I saw that the other day. Yeah, I saw it. I saw some movement on the stock, but I didn't really look into it. Target kind of became dead to me during their last earnings because I think they don't have the right leadership.
They don't. I think that's what was switching. I think their CEO is switching, and then there was talk of a private acquisition or something.
Chike asked a good question. Could Meta be an early signal of what the rest of the market will follow soon, down 22 points? Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, Meta is as significant of an AI story as Nvidia, and if Nvidia, which we already looked at earlier, is looking weak, and Meta's looking weak, it means the AI story is weak. And if the AI story is weak, what is it that's going to prop up the market? So I'm not going to claim that the markets are in a bearish trend. We just made an all-time high yesterday, I believe. Did we hit an all-time high yesterday?
Pretty
We had an
close.
incredible month. So I think we're just, at best, I can say we're neutral, and we're trying to figure out the direction. So we don't have great confirmation. Looking at the overall charts on Michael's spread, what I see is a market that's going sideways and making lower highs at the moment. So
Yes. Yes.
doesn't
I would
mean that
agree
it
with that.
doesn't mean that it can't break out. It just means that it's not in a breakout mode. Volume is relatively lower, and some things are falling quickly, like Meta and Nvidia. Though if Meta and Nvidia are not trending, then the market's taking a chiller. They're taking profits. Appreciate you, Patrick. Go. Yeah, so healthcare. Someone asked me in the chat a moment ago if there was any leaps that I was looking at taking. I would say almost anything in healthcare. I was going to contemplate doing an update on healthcare stocks like BMY and UNH because they're all looking good right now to me, BMY in particular. So I have to work on that after this session. The only play that looked bullish to me this morning was Tesla. And Tesla is the only trade that is the only position that's actually pumping. Could have took this breakout above 448. That would have been a
when
nice
I first started this journey with Josh, I asked him some things I should probably be looking at and buying. I look at my Tesla shares right now, Josh. My shares, mind you, 78%. I am 78% up on my shares, brother.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I remember Michael and then Tesla had a bad earnings and it plummeted. And I think he asked me, we talked about it, and I was like, nope, not selling. And he's like, nope, neither am I. And here we are.
Yeah.
This
is a long hold, man. It's the belief in the company. Yeah. Amazon's not looking bad to me.
Well, it just got a double bottom off of the previous low.
Yeah.
We just made a double bottom off of 216.50. The problem is it's not looking bad, but it's
not exploding.
Looking good either.
Yeah, it's leaning a little neutral. It's not really picking up crazy, so this will be a slow mover if it goes.
I've got the 9 and the 20, and you can just see that even though we've had a little bit of contraction here, they're both still pointing down. So, I mean, technically, we need it to really get. I think the last time I talked about it, nobody has confirmation on this until 224. So until the price gets up here, and someone will say, well, we'll miss it by then. I mean, we could just shoot up here and then continue down. So the confirmation begins at 224. And as you guys just saw with the SPY trade, I know where it needs to go. But sometimes I lack the patience or decide I'll take an early bite at it. And that can backfire. So I know the confirmation is right there. So it's got to get to 224, and then it has to have pump strength. And if it does, then we trade it to 240, which 240 to 260. That's ultimately the goal if we get it where it needs to be. But right now, this is a clearly defined a downtrend with expansion. It looks like it could cross up. So I do kind of like the idea of it crossing up here, but it could just as easily cross back down. So we don't have our buy signal on this just yet. So I mean, patience is what I'm having to practice. A plan, patience, and discipline. I got the plan. That's the charting I do. Now I got to work on the patience. SPY just kind of, I really kind of hate it right now because
I do
it's
too.
up,
It's
down, up with less momentum. So
all over the place.
yeah, and
It's barely, it's over pre-market, but it's beneath opening range, and there's not much meat on that bone to get back
well,
up there.
that and there's no the volume is drying up. So
Volume is drying up.
it's
Yep.
going up, but the volume is going down, which is a bearish divergence between price and strength.
Yep.
So if you look at the 30-minute, you know, maybe it's going to melt up all morning. I don't know. I'd like to get a nice trade here.
What's old TTD doing this morning? 49.40. Okay.
Look at this pre-market wick, two of them. So this just shows the uncertainty. So you got this candle right here that just shot up and fully retreated. Then you've got this one, which shot up and fully retreated. And now we're pumping into this zone again. So it seems like there are sellers and buyers. The buyers keep taking over every time the sellers, push it down.
Josh, what about Google puts right here?
Let me throw your screen on. I'll go over and look at it.
Google's in the middle. It's breaking pre-market low right now. Breaking 40 on my RSI.
Yeah,
Under VWAP. AMD still trying to go to the upside.
Yeah, it looks like it's heading to 239.25, yesterday's low.
Yeah.
It's got also 239.50. It's a pretty nice little drop there. It's definitely pointing straight down. So, I mean,
possibility.
Yeah, I think so. I might put on a couple and just see how it goes. If I want to scale it on more weakness or what. So it is looking like a breakdown. Let's see here.
I'm watching it to confirm under that. I would choose the 240 strike, guys, or the 237.50 strike. If you're going to take these.
Yeah, it wicked pretty far down this morning.
It did.
It wicked below yesterday's low, and then it recovered.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, here's one of the things that at this point, if I were trading by myself, this is what I see. So let's take Google for example. So, this is the type of day where I've had a win, I've had a smaller loss because I took a smaller position on that. This is what we got. This is a very much not trending day. Okay. So it's not a trending day. This is a market with indecision. And so you can scalp and you can make money. I didn't chart this morning, so I'm not as familiar with the chart this morning. But you know, these two candles, this green one and this red one, and then this red one, they all are saying something different. And when I see candles like that, that just tells me this is very much not a trending market.
I would agree. It's got to break. It's got to close under that 240 level. It's struggling there. I don't know.
I mean, it might be a good call.
Yeah.
We'll give it a second. SPY coming right back to the top.
Yeah.
Slow melt up, low volume.
Low volume.
We're gonna probably hit the top of this here and begin to consolidate. Maybe we'll push through it and consolidate here. Really what we need is we need high volume at this previous wick. So we need a big volume bar. If we got a huge volume push right here, closed above 2, I would assume we're going to 668, which would be, again, a brand new all-time high. This market just wants to climb. Yep, that would be a brand new all-time high. And this is, when you take a step back and you look at the overall pattern on the 30-minute chart, this is a giant cup and handle. Got a little bit of an extra handle on that, but you could also say it's a triangle. But this is a bullish pattern. But it's a bullish pattern that has to be confirmed, because at the moment we've got a bunch of higher lows here, right, and lower lows. So this could just be melting over. So that's why we have to wait for confirmation. I want a trade just as badly as everybody else. I want to get another winner. Google sort of slowed its fall, but it's back testing support. So right there was this morning's support level. It broke beneath it. If it closes a candle beneath it, I would say this would be good. But right now it hasn't closed. So if this closes a candle beneath it, I would say these, be good for. It'd be good for a short. But let's wait and see what happens. We got 3 minutes and 22 seconds left on this. I mean, from the standpoint of the charts, this is a pretty bad double top here, and this confirms here. Let's figure this out here. Yeah, there's different ways of confirming double tops. So if I were to take the most conservative approach of this double top, I would take the top to the valley. Some people will say that you take the top to the lowest candle. That would be more aggressive. And that would mean that we'd come down here. But if we take it more conservatively and just do the valley right there, that means we actually already got our move when this broke that spot and came down here, which means that move's been complete. So we're going to see if this candle closes beneath this red line, then we will look seriously at some Google puts, but at the moment it hasn't done that yet. We've got a minute 30 seconds left. Let's see what it does. Gotham, TJ. I will look at Eli Lilly before the show's up.
Tesla on fire.
I wanted to trade Tesla this morning
Oh
too.
my gosh, man!
And looked because look how bullish this chart is, right? I mean, this is what we were running into, a squeeze, and this was no worries. You make choices.
Yep.
So Google's not closing. It doesn't mean that this isn't. It does not mean that this isn't bearish. It just means it hasn't confirmed. So we have a little bit of a rollover here. It keeps doing this. So we have no idea what it's going to do, but this just hasn't confirmed. I picked up 2 of these, and I'm sitting on them right now. It's not a big deal to me, but I'm just kind of doing it to watch. I'm probably going to cut these here at a negative 10%. There we go. Nope, Google didn't break down. It doesn't mean that it won't. It just means it has to close underneath this red line. You doing anything, Michael?
No, it never can't confirm. It can't confirm down there.
Yeah, double top, lower highs.
Palantir ran nice. Nvidia's trying. SPY's still trying to melt up. I hate the volume on it though.
Yeah, oddly it's bullish, but it is slowly melting up. So I keep looking at this. It's the same thing that bothers me. So here's our breakout zone. Here's the 9, the VWAP, and the 20 all clustered up. And it's just been running back and forth over top of them. So, we do have the 9 and the 20 crossing up above VWAP, which in general will be pretty bullish, but at a slow pace, declining volume. This candle's the one that got me right here. It's pretty darn bearish. We are still climbing.
Nvidia's pulling it up. Nvidia just ripped. Nvidia looks like it wants to go back to yesterday's high, 187.35.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a breakout on Nvidia.
Yep.
I mean, you consider that where Nvidia is at right now, It's at, it's almost on its way to $200.
Yep.
So this is where we're melting up a little bit at all-time highs, because you can see that this morning the buying volume is looking good right now, but in the standpoint of the entire day, it's not that great. You taking NVIDIA?
I feel a little late to the party on it, to be honest. Um, oh man, SPY's just creeping there. It's,
Got a lot of nice profits people got on AMD.
good. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people caught that.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
I just don't trust the SPY up here much. I'm having a hard time buying into.
Yeah, it's
into
melting
it.
up, but it is lower volume. Michael said, Mike got chopped bad yesterday. He came in as a ribeye and left a Chuck hamburger.
That's a fact, brother. I think my last call on AMD after I got off popped for about 15%. And I just got, if you go back and look at the SPY yesterday, the SPY didn't make a move until about 2:00 Eastern time, 2:15. So it was a complete patience game yesterday on the SPY. And just lo and behold, the two I called out yesterday and I got wicked out ended up running Palantir and Nvidia. So
Well, I mean,
it's one of those days, man. It happens, it
yeah,
happens.
I just want to remind people, I mean, let's look at the market right now. Okay. So this is, to me, this is so from Monday right here, and this is like, should really be the main point of today's video. Here we are Wednesday, and all we've done is go sideways. And Monday's video, I didn't do on Tuesday. Monday's video was, this is an uncertain market. Now we do have a little bit of a curl up here, so, but is that enough to get you to load up? It's not enough to get me to load up.
No.
It's been 3 days and we have literally gotten nowhere. And
Nowhere.
we got a government shutdown, and who knows, maybe the good news of the government shutdown being, over, we'll be back to making another all-time high. I mean, very, very possible. So I just, this is sort of a bullish setup. We got a little bit of a cup, and now we got this going on. If we break above it, we're good. We just haven't broken above it yet. Right now, we're in this range, 666 to roughly 660, probably 660.
Nvidia approaches 187.30. Y'all, that's previous day high if you're in Nvidia. I wish I could say I called it out for everybody, but I didn't. So just in case you mark your own lines and watch it. Google's trying to make a bounce here. If it started taking off over 241.10, I don't mind it for calls, but we're losing volume. It's dead at 50 on my RSI, so it's Nvidia's at almost a previous day high. It's getting closer, 30, 40 cents away. Spy's being a rascal today. It's a rascal, man.
Well, the argument last Friday's video was that Tesla had yet to give any bearish wicks like this back here. We were still pushing higher, and we are.
Nvidia on a rocket right now.
Whew. See, what happened is I got gun shy with the SPY put.
Oh, I did yesterday. I did the same thing, man. Did the same thing. Nvidia is at previous day high right now. 187.95. 35. 187.35.
I think you had the right eyes for Nvidia, Michael.
Yeah. I think a few people took it. There she goes. Google huge flush there, was unable to break opening range.
Whew, look at that.
Yeah.
So this is where we wanted to get a close, but we also have this issue of a double bottom again. So this is just market days.
Range bound right there.
Yeah.
Google has had some massive moves to the downside lately. I have kept an eye on it. When it goes, it goes. It goes down hard. Right now, a candle would have to close under 240 for me to buy into it much to the downside.
No, I agree with you. It's very, very, very choppy. The bulls and bears
Yeah.
are having last stand here, trying
Yeah.
to figure out its direction.
Yeah. Actually, 239.70. That's yesterday's lows. It's still holding up right there.
Well, guys, I'm just kind of waiting to see if anything stands out to me, trying to see if a bigger trend picks up. I mean, my target for Tesla right now is 460. Don't know that it'll hit that today. Let's look at the. It's cooling off a little bit. I mean, if it taps the 70 and takes off again, then I'm sure it'll get that today. Google has to close beneath this morning low to really break down. And to be honest with you, every time it gets underneath it, it bounces.
Yep.
3 times
Sure
in a
does.
row. So,
That's what got me yesterday. And, that's a day where if you're quick enough, you can play the range, but most people are getting to that level and anticipating the breakdown or the breakout. And that'll get you roasted for sure. When I look at the Google 1 hour,
here, go. I'm gonna throw it up. I'm gonna go look at the poet chart. I'll be back in a minute.
okay. So here's Google 1 hour. It's definitely not going to go up very much. We're still down. The 4 hour, still pretty hard down. The daily, now, when we break, or if we break, I should say, where's April at? Here's the April low. So just take a second, y'all, and look. Where's the volume? Where's the volume? This is from April, right? So you got this up here, and then you got this down here, right? You got another decent chunk here in the middle, more down this way. Going just down to here with another profile. If this starts closing under about 239, where's Google at right now? How about that? 239.70. Yeah. Much under 239, this thing can run on back down here to 229 over the coming days.
What's that, Michael? What's that,
Google.
Michael? What was
Google.
what was it you just said? What was your target or your break?
If it lost this 239, if it started losing 239 pretty hard, I think we could get back towards 229 fairly easy.
Yeah, I'm actually leaning bullish on Google. The breakdown has to it's got to be convincing, and so I'm not.
I think 239 could be it for right now.
Yeah,
right there. Maybe 238.50. The daily is just given 60 back up on the RSI, so
I'm going to chat real quick about Poet.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to do some very clean, basic review of the MACD and the RSI. So we're also going to look at some candle structure. Right now, there's a lot of stocks that have the exact same pattern. A ton of them. We saw a double bottom here, right around the end of August. Okay. This was kind of similar to what I've showed you guys a lot. It almost looks like a cup. This was a W, but some of them took the form of a cup. Some of them took the form of a W. But this one took the form of a W. Then we got a bullish descending parallel channel, which we then broke out of. Okay. And then since then, we came up here, we consolidated. Now we're on top. And I think the next move above 610 is a pretty strong confirmation. But that's the candle structure. Now let's go examine the MACD. So MACD, keeping the MACD very, very simple. You've got a zero line, bear zone, and the bull zone, right? The cross of momentum above the zero line means that buyers are getting back the strength. And typically, the trend begins when the buyers push the momentum above zero, okay? So it means that there's accelerating buyer momentum. And the last time we got accelerated buyers momentum was right here back in April, right here, okay? So we came up, and now I'm on the daily chart. But I specifically like to use the 2-day chart with the MACD because the daily chart will occasionally give you a fake out. And without getting too teachy, it takes 2 days to confirm a trend on the daily chart. So that's why if you want to just get that confirmation, you just run over and hit the 2-day chart. So when you do it that way, and I think Michael understands, right, Michael?
Yes.
So if you understand the fact that daily charts require 2 days of confirmation, then you understand why we just go to the 2-day chart. So when you're on the 2-day chart and you're looking at the MACD, look at that. It signaled buy here, right where I said, and it never went back below the sell zone. So the 1-day dip beneath the zero line was a fake out. And the 2-day, it never fell beneath. So it means that the buy order that occurred right here was still in place. Now, when we got that buy order, we ended up moving from $4.22 to $7.60. And for perspective, that was a 84% gain. All right. So now we came back down. Truth be told, we really never quite dipped back beneath the zero line here on the 2-day chart. But what we did do is we reset momentum. So the blue line, while above the zero line, curved down and then recrossed the orange line. The orange line is your slower time frame, and your blue line is your higher time frame. So when this took a little breather to consolidate, it reconfirmed a buy right there the day I talked about it, right there. So right now, we're operating under the assumption that it's going to do this, what it did last time. So you see what it did here? When it eventually came and created a buy signal, it reset many times, and it eventually went up a total of 443%. So this is the plan. I always say you need plan and you need patience. I'm giving you the plan. We have this sort of a double top, double bottom. So it means we've got a consolidation zone. We sort of hit the middle of the consolidation zone. Now we want to see it go back and hit the top. So that's between $7.50 and $8. And there'll be people that will be selling there. Not me, because I see the big picture for Poet. I'm not saying it couldn't break down. I'm just saying that I like the chart overall. I like the company overall. And that's why, I said this is one I'm getting into. Now, you've got my plan. Now you've got my patience, and you already know my disciplines. And I want to make a little comment, Michael. I'm kind of just ranting to you, if it's okay.
Yes, sir.
People in my comments on my Monday video just freaking out about Poet. Oh my God, Josh, Poet, it's dropping. It's dumping. It's flashing and crashing. What are we gonna do? And I I don't know what to tell you guys. If you bought right here, obviously that your plan had better have been long.
Yep.
If I don't know, what is your plan? My plan is I like this stock. Double bottom, higher low, higher low, higher low. We want to see it kind of continue. We want to see it get back above 610, and we want to see it break out to $7, $8, $9. That's sort of my plan. So then people will say, Michael, to me, I'm ranting to Michael, when I'm sitting here patiently holding and buying more right now, okay?
Yeah, they're selling.
And they're
Well,
selling.
they
And then
went out the first day.
Michael. And then
Yeah.
Michael, when I come back 2 weeks from now, because this has done what I said it was going to do, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's sitting here, I'm going to come out and do a victory lap when it's $8 to $10, and people are like, oh, Joshua, when nothing changed at all.
Yeah, that's right.
So if the market, and I don't have control of the markets, I just have control of what plan I create, and I just have control of my own patience, which sometimes I lose control of it, and I just have control of my disciplines. I mean, this stock is, nothing is wrong with it at all. If we take a step back and go to the weekly time frame, let's zoom in on the weekly time frame. Okay. So this looks looks fine to me. So we have the 9 and the 20. That's the yellow and the blue, right? And the yellow, the 9 crossed below the 20 back here, and we had this flush period, right? And then right here, it crossed back above with, look at the volume, guys. The 3 highest volume days on the chart, are they red or green?
Green, baby.
They're green. Matter of fact, if you look at all of the volume bars on the chart, are they red or are they green? They're green, 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 green. So the selling days are cooling off, and somebody's loading up on Poet. Here, 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 and the candle that I alerted. So somebody's accumulating in this cluster because they think it's going higher. So, I've been doing these shows, Michael, and these stocks drop 30, 40 cents, and they should be panic. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you guys to be panic buying, but they should be buying it. And instead they're losing their minds. Not everybody. I got just 1 or 2 squeaky wheels that I'm addressing today.
Yeah.
So I want to put all of your nerves to ease. Nothing has changed. Matter of fact, we got the 9 curled. It cooled off after it pushed up, and now it's turning back up. So we want to see these begin to go into expansion. But massive buyer here. So I like it. Matter of fact, if you look at it from the perspective of what we just got, it's actually looking more bullish to me. Michael, what do you see when I pull out on the weekly time frame?
I see higher lows all the way up through there, Josh. I see it invert, inverse head.
Yeah,
There's your
matter of fact,
neckline, 610. Yeah.
if we play this inverse out and go from the neckline down to the middle, that actually gives us a future price of $38.50.
Yeah.
And that's consistent with a new break of these previous highs at around 28.50. And it's actually consistent with a return of this overall pattern right here too. So yeah, I don't know, guys. We have, let's see here. Let's do a little bit more research here on this. So this candle here has a high of 25.80, and this candle has a high of 26.10. and this has a low of $1.69. Man, I wish I'd bought Poet at $1.69. This one has a low of 88 cents. So now I want to share something with you guys based on what I just did, is that we have a megaphone pattern going uh, on this stock, and the middle price is right around 540. So we're really at the middle right now. So this is where we're choosing to accumulate with the belief that I think I might have drawn that a bit high, but let's pull this down. Yeah, I mean, if this continues in this trend and Poet does well in 2026, which I believe they will, this is a potential future $40 stock all day long. I see it doing like that. I don't know. That's my plan. I'm feeling patient with Poet. Sometimes it's hard to be patient, but on Poet, I'm not feeling anxious. The idea is that these guys are making some pretty high-end tech. Let's go look at the news.
I've got about 5 minutes left, Josh.
No problem. Poet Technology enters strategic collaboration with Cyverse Semiconductors. Demonstrate early prototypes to customers in 2026 and production readiness by end of 2026. Yeah, so gonna keep our eyes on Poet. I don't think I'm going to be deterred really from selling. I think, could we come into this $4 range? Yes, I think I'm just going to put it on a buy. And so I'm going to be showing patience with it. I never indicated to anybody that we were just like going to break out on Monday or that this was even an October pick. This is just a pick that I like long term. If we can get a nice solid close above 610, that's our if you want a momentum play, then watch volume at 610. If we close a daily or weekly candle, it probably means it's getting ready to make a bigger move. If you're wanting a longer term play, for me, Poet is a longer term play, and it's one that I'm buying in these ranges. So I'm going to get some more today after this little review.
I like it, brother.
Well, I would say that it's very rare that I take only two trades and that one of them is one's a winner and one's a loser. Yeah. It is what it is. We cashed up. We're ready for the next trade. The Google the other one, faked me out on that second trade. I'm not going to stress about it. Michael gave you AMD, and yep. So couple good winners here. Hope you guys made some money, and we'll give it a go again on Friday, and look for those big dollars. I appreciate you guys. We have, as I showed you in the SPY chart, the markets don't look bad. They don't look great. We just made an all-time high, and it looks like the SPY and NVIDIA want to make another all-time high, but volume has dried up, which means that we might drop hard and then reclaim again and then drop hard again. So far, Wednesday, at the time that I'm speaking, the markets move sideways. And whenever I know we're not in a trending market, I say to myself, position size, Josh, needs to be lower this week because the market's not very clear. Wait until the market just absolutely begins to pump, or wait until the market absolutely begins to capitulate and then double, triple, quadruple position sizes and go strong. Right now, I'm reminded, if my results were indecisive, it means the market's results are indecisive. Tesla would have been the payday today. Why did I leave Tesla alone? Any final thoughts, Mike, on the day?
No, brother. It was a mixed day. SPY's not breaking out. Is what it is. We caught a couple good ones. We got SPY out of the open. Got AMD there. We called NVIDIA. Some people got it. I didn't track with it very well, but some people got it. So it is, take the good with the bad, but you make the bad days smaller.
Matthew is still struggling First of all, Matthew, appreciate you showing up and doing all that you do. Let me just advise, you've got to have a plan. And if it's sort of like I said, we got to take a step back and acknowledge the market's moving sideways. You got to take a step back and acknowledge that somehow your choices, whether led by me or Michael or however, have not been producing wealth for you. So take a step back and go, you know what? Until I get this figured out, I'm going to paper trade, or I'm going to trade at a level that I have no emotions, which is two options.
Mm-hmm.
That way you can practice trading, taking profit at one level and holding a little bit longer. Just two options. And do that for 2 weeks and see if what the issue is. Journal it. But I don't want to see you in here losing any money, brother. And I'm going to give the community some leaps this week. I think they're going to be in healthcare. And we'll see how those go. There's actually a ton of stocks. Like I was looking at Alaska Airlines, and Michael's like, I got to go. One more thing, Michael. One more thing.
You're fine, brother.
I was looking at Alaska Airlines, and there's starting to be these, what I refer to them as these, these are weekly. Yeah. So this one has some interest to me because we had this massive move up right here, and we broke out of this historic trend here, back tested it, and we're making a series of higher lows. And so I'm contemplating Alaska Airlines for a complete return to all-time highs on some 2-year leaps. So I'll let you guys know. My point is that there are some great stocks out there that are looking pretty good. This one is really looking like it's doing a full, like a giant, some pullbacks on it, but it looks like it's moving back towards all-time highs. So I like Alaska for long term. And that's, I guess the point I'm trying to make is that there's plenty of plays out there today, ones that have pulled back right now, that even if the macro sort of unwinds, I have a feeling that the whole market's not black and white. We're going to find a lot of great stocks to take long, even right now. I mentioned UPS. Don't feel like it's a go time on that one yet, but I'm still looking at some underdogs to take long. I'll leave it there. Peace and blessings, my friends. See you in the next video.
Thank you, my friend.